Welcome to my channel. There comes a moment in every man's life when he realizes time has changed him, not in a way that weakens him but in a way that sharpens him if he's wise enough to see it. You've seen more, done more, and probably felt pain in ways younger men can't even comprehend. You've earned your scars, you've walked away from things most men still chase, and in a world that glorifies youth and noise, you found your peace in silence. But then something confusing happens. You notice that younger women who once looked your way with admiration now seem disinterested, distracted, or worse, dismissive. You tell yourself it's the age gap. You say it's the culture shift. You convince yourself that you're invisible to them. But the truth, it's not your age, it's your habits, because there's a fine line between being mature and being out of touch. There's a quiet tragedy that happens to strong men as they grow older. They start slowly giving away their edge without even noticing it. They stop leading with power and begin compensating with pleasantries. They exchange stoic mystery for validation-seeking behavior. They forget that true attraction isn't about youth. It's about essence. Younger women don't want a man pretending to be their age. They want a man who makes them feel safe in his presence, alive in his silence, and desired in his gaze. If you're an older man who's tired of being overlooked, who's tired of being the nice guy with life experience instead of the grounded force that pulls her in without a word, then this is your wake-up call. In this video, I'll reveal the 7 unattractive habits that slowly destroy your magnetic pool with younger women. Habits most men don't even realize they're doing, because once you drop these habits, once you return to the man you were always meant to be, she won't see your age, she'll feel your presence. Let's begin. There's a moment, subtle but life-altering, when a man starts to feel the shift. He walks into a room full of younger people. He's calm, he's composed, but something feels different. He used to draw eyes effortlessly without saying a word, not because he was flashy, not because he was loud, but because there was a fire inside him, a quiet intensity that women felt, not just saw. It was presence, it was power, it was poise. But now it's like he's slowly fading into the background. Conversations change when he speaks. Smiles turn polite, not intrigued, and younger women who once looked at him with curiosity now glance past him as if he's just another man in the room. And that's when it starts, the doubt, the questions, the second-guessing. Is it my age? Is it the wrinkles? Is it because I don't use Instagram filters or dance on TikTok? But here's the truth: you don't lose attraction because you've aged. You lose it because you've started hiding the very thing that made you attractive in the first place. You've let comfort take the place of edge. You've let politeness replace intensity. You've replaced mystery with over-explaining. And most dangerously, you've forgotten that masculine energy doesn't age, it deepens. Younger women don't fantasize about older men because of their money, or their car, or their so-called maturity. They crave what their peers can't give them: certainty, direction, security, and a masculine core that says, I know exactly who I am and I don't need to prove it to you. But here's the trap: most men, when they feel that disconnection, try to regain it by becoming someone they're not. They overcompensate. They start acting younger, trying too hard, making themselves smaller just to seem more relatable. And in doing that, they kill their own magnetism, not because they're too old, but because they've dulled the sharpness of their masculine edge. This video is your mirror and your road map if you're an older man who wants to naturally attract younger women without pretending to be someone you're not. If you're ready to stop chasing and start attracting. If you're ready to reclaim the quiet dominance, the unshakable calm, and the raw presence that makes her lean in without you having to say a word. The 7 unattractive habits. Then lean in now, because I'm going to reveal the 7 unattractive habits that are killing your pool with younger women right under your nose. This isn't about being perfect, this is about being powerful. Let's begin. Let's break down The 7 habits that are silently destroying your ability to attract younger women, not because of your age, but because of your approach. These habits are invisible to most men but painfully obvious to women, and once you see them you can never unsee them. Habit the 1: trying too hard to appear cool or relatable. There's something tragic about a man who trades his wisdom for likes, who abandons his depth in favor of a viral moment, who thinks attraction is a game of mimicry, copying her slang, her trends, her playlists, hoping that if he can just get on her level she'll somehow see him. But the truth, every time you try to act younger you confirm one devastating belief to her subconscious. You don't believe your real age is powerful. You weren't born to be relatable. You weren't made to vibe. You were built to lead, and when you lean into that, when you own the fact that you're not from her world but you know how to shape one of your own, that's when she becomes curious. Not when you pretend to understand her memes, not when you wear sneakers that don't fit your age, but when you walk into a room and carry the weight of a man who has nothing to prove and everything to offer. Stop trying to meet her in her world, invite her into yours, and watch how fast she follows. Habit number 2: over-explaining or over-talking. Men lose power the moment they start rambling. The longer you talk, the more you reveal one painful truth: you don't trust silence to hold your worth when a man. Habits 3-4. Over-explains himself, gives long stories about who he is, what he does, and how he thinks. What he's really saying is, I don't believe I'm enough unless I justify my existence. But real presence, real masculine energy doesn't justify, it commands. The more powerful the man, the fewer words he needs, and the more women lean in. She doesn't want to be impressed, she wants to be impacted. If your words aren't carrying weight, stop speaking. Let her feel the gravity of your quiet. Let her sit in the unknown. That's when she starts imagining. That's when attraction builds. Words chase, silence pulls. Habit number 3: needing her to validate you. This is one of the most invisible yet destructive habits of all. Every compliment you fish for, every text you overanalyze, every moment you ask, did I do that right? Power away from you and into her hands. You are no longer the man you are now, the boy waiting for approval. But women, especially younger women, are drawn to men who stand complete with or without them. Validation isn't wrong, but needing it, that kills the polarity. You must become the source of your own approval. You must speak with clarity, act with intent, and walk away with confidence, regardless of whether she gives you the reaction you wanted, because the moment your worth depends on her response. She'll feel it, and instead of seeing you as a rock, she'll see you as another man, crumbling under the weight of her gaze. Habit number 4: filling the silence. Most men fear silence because they fear themselves. They fill every space with chatter, jokes, updates, hoping to avoid the tension. But tension is where attraction lives. Silence isn't awkward, it's potent. It's in the pause between words, the breath after a glance, the moment where you say, habits 5-6, nothing, and she starts feeling everything. You want her to lean in, say something bold, then stop. Let your energy do what your words can't. The man who can sit in silence without flinching, he's the one she thinks about when the room goes quiet. Don't fill the silence, hold it. That's where your power is. Habit the verb 5: trying to be her emotional equal. There's a trend among modern men to be soft, hyper-sensitive, endlessly empathic, thinking this is how they'll connect. But what they don't realize is, the more they mirror her emotions, the more they smother their masculine polarity. She doesn't want a man to cry with her. She wants a man she can cry to. She wants to know that in her storm you won't fall apart, that you're the eye of the hurricane, still calm, unshakable. When you become her emotional twin, you lose leadership when you respond to every shift in her mood with oversensitivity. You're not bonding, you're blurring. It's not your job to feel what she feels, it's your role to be grounded as she feels it. That contrast, that container, that's what she trusts, that's what she remembers, that's what she craves. Habit number 6: playing it too safe. Attraction isn't Polite it's electric it's raw it's charged. Most men think the path to a woman's heart is paved with safe compliments, predictable questions, and avoiding anything remotely controversial. But safety without edge is forgettable. When you filter every word swing, overthink every joke and dodge every chance to flirt or challenge her, you stop being a man and become her friendly coworker. You don't need to be offensive, but you do need to be bold. Tease her playfully. Challenge her respectfully. Let her feel the fire under your calm exterior. She doesn't want a man who walks on eggshells. She wants a man who walks like he owns the floor because he knows he belongs there. Risk being misunderstood. That's where authenticity lives. Habit number 7. Dimming your masculine polarity. This is the root of all the others. Masculine polarity isn't about flexing. It's not about being dominant, aggressive, or alpha. It's about being centered. You know where you're going, you know who you are, you know what you offer, and you don't need applause for it. That's what draws her in. That's what makes her feel safe enough to let her feminine come alive. But when you start reacting to her moods, when you become indecisive, when you let her lead the energy, you become neutral, and neutrality kills desire. Polarity is the spark, you're the flame. She's the oxygen. Without that spark, there's nothing to burn. So stop dimming your edge. Let her feel your calm authority, your grounded presence, your quiet certainty that says, I won't chase you, but if you're wise, you'll want to follow. This is the final truth, and the one that separates men who try to attract women from those who have women magnetically drawn to them without lifting a finger. Most older men fall into the trap of thinking attraction is something they need to build externally. They chase the perfect pickup line, the perfect cologne, the perfect dating profile. Final truth. Hoping these pieces will finally make them appealing. But real attraction isn't built in words. It's built in motion, in purpose, in a life so full, so directional, so undeniably yours that any woman who crosses your path can't help but feel pulled into it. You are not here to orbit around her world. You are here to be planet of your own gravity. You want to be irresistible. Then stop trying to impress her and start obsessing over your mission. Create building. Let her watch you move. Let her see that whether she stays or leaves, you are unmoved. You're still becoming, still building, still rising. Because when a man no longer lives for the approval of a woman, he becomes the kind of man women fight for the approval of. That's the paradox, and that's the truth most will never grasp. Closing message. Emotional, stoic, and grounded. If you've ever looked at yourself and thought, maybe I'm too old for this. If you felt that quiet ache wondering why younger women overlook you while some men seem to pull them effortlessly, then remember this: it's not your age. It's not your gray hair. It's not your wrinkles or your lack of slang. It's your presence. She's not looking for a boy with energy. She's looking for a man with depth. She doesn't want someone who mirrors her world. She wants someone who elevates her world. And if you kill these 7 habits, if you move with purpose, speak with weight, live with silence, and lead with strength, then you'll become the rarest kind of man. The man who doesn't chase women because he's too busy becoming the man they chase. If this hit you in the chest, if something in your gut said he's talking about me, then do this now. Subscribe to Stoic Paradox. Hit that bell, because we don't do surface level advice here, and drop this in the comments. I choose presence over performance. Let the world perform. You lead silently, powerfully, and without apology. Your time is now. Let's move